Welcome to Fashionably Spiritual, a space for modern, soul-led conversations and high-frequency living for the ever-evolving and empowered self. Host Nancy Muratalla is a dedicated international spiritual medium, healer, and mentor. Nancy is passionate about using her abilities to not only support others in their healing journey, but also to teach them how to connect with their inner spiritual selves. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and spiritual guide. She encourages others to live a purposeful and empowered life through the Know Thyself journey, conscious living, and the power of unconditional love. Full of candor, soulful insight, and feminine fierce, Fashionably Spiritual shines to guide you on your soul's journey of aligning and elevating, all while finding inspiration for your own unique spiritual expression and personal energetic style. Now, here are your hosts, Jennifer Rose and Nancy Muratalla.
Hello. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, how are you? How are you, Miss Nancy?
Great. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone.
I know we made it. Did you have a good Easter, Nancy?
I did. I've been a little under the weather, but I did enjoy a beautiful day. Today definitely feels a little windy, and the energy feels like all over the place. I don't know. How are you feeling, Jennifer?
Well, I'm reconnecting my pages as I'm talking to you right now. There we go. Okay, I got it. Not working. It just won't work. My pages won't reconnect. So there we go with the windiness. Yet, our weather just changed, and you know how spoiled us California girls are. And Miss Rose is not like super happy about it being cold this week, but I shall survive.
It is warming up again, though. I think we're going to be back in the 80s again. So there's that.
I think it's going to be a while. I think all week is
chilly.
It's kind of chilly, yeah. But we'll survive. Bear with me for looking a little bit distracted. I'm just trying to reconnect my Facebook pages, everybody, too. But I'm very excited to have Miss Laurie on, too. We love her.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
Okay.
You guys are actually... You're getting the Spice Girls tonight. Reunited.
Okay, looks like Kelly got it for me. Thank you, Kelly. She took care of me. Awesome too. I was trying with no avail.
Hello.
Yeah, we were getting a little spicy backstage, so it was revving us up for tonight.
More to come.
Hello, good friends. Hello, Jeffrey. He was on here first, waiting patiently for us, and then we made it. So welcome. Me and my shadow. Hello. Good to see you. Your turn, Nancy.
Yes. Hello, Evelyn. Always so wonderful to have you. Thank you. And we have, I don't know if I can pronounce all of that. Taka, Jennifer, you want to have a go at it? Or is that Vivian? No.
That is Vivian from Hawaii. Yes.
Oh,
Vivian
hello, Vivian.
Yes.
Aloha,
beautiful.
Yes.
Our beautiful kaleidoscope queen, Lynn Juno, is here. Great show that you just had with Brian, Lynn.
Yeah,
so I'm sorry I was late. I was recording a podcast, but as soon as I got done, I was on there for you, babe. So hi, Marie DC. Good to see you.
Yes.
Oh, Evelyn. We will definitely give you a belly laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Kelly opening the spice cabinet.
I was just going to say there'll be 3 of us Spice Girls tonight, but really there's 4, but Kelly will be in spirit with us. Definitely in the background there, opening up her space cabinet.
The 4 of us all have fire signs somewhere in our chart. Either it's our sun sign or our rising sign or whatever, right? So we're all like fire. So it was definitely and Aries and April is full of planets in Aries this month. So it's supposed to be a little bit crazy and wild. And so it's definitely a buckle up month for us too. So we should expect a lot of like things. And speaking of which, if I may make a quick announcement too, I actually have 2 Embracing Infinities on this week. So as I mentioned last week, we have Colin Walker coming on Friday, but we're going to start an hour later at 1 Pacific and 9 in the UK. But the day before on Thursday, Danny Santos is coming back so we can talk about the April astrology. And that's, I believe, going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific, midnight in the UK. So if you're like wanting to hear, good understanding of what to expect with the energies and the, the cosmic and the planet, all of that, that's going to be this Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, we got double infinities. So which is appropriate for the fact that we're going through a massive ascension right now. So hey, all right. Miss Nancy.
I love that. Mars in Aries, March 9th. Oh, okay. So
I think she means April 9th, which is Thursday.
Perfect.
Yeah. So very fire, very passionate, but it could also be fighting. It could be arguing, but it could also be passionate, and it could also be wild. So whatever, I think if we can channel it into passion and creativity, that'd be better. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes it pays to think before we speak, right? Take a moment to count to 10 before we lose our shit, so to speak.
Hey, MZ, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Hello, Michael. Hello. Shall we bring Miss Laurie Smith on?
Oh, I would love that. Let's bring her on. Spice Girl number 4.
Hello,
Laurie. Good to see you, beautiful.
You?
Hello, Laurie.
You lost your
I was waiting to come on.
The lady in red
without me.
You look beautiful. I love red on you. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our guest tonight on Fashionably Spiritual.
Thank you for having me. I hope I'm fashionable enough.
You are. You're gorgeous.
We are.
All right. Miss Jennifer was just saying 7 planets in Aries this month. At the start, 3 at the end. Also the sun in Aries. Uranus is finally in Gemini on the 25th, 26th, just in time for Jennifer's birthday on the 27th. Bye-bye, Uranus. That's a lot of fire. Y'all gonna be like having some fun times this month too. I can just
That's a lot. That's a lot going on. Wow.
That's a lot of fire. Laurie does look great in red. Yes, she does.
Well, thank you, Lynn.
Gorgeous. All right. Shall we read Laurie's bio before we get started?
Let's do it. Okay. Fabulous friends. Just in case you don't know Laurie just yet, here's a little bit about her. All right. Miss Laurie McKeogh Smith is a psychic medium, relationship intuitive, media personality, and creative entrepreneur. She is the co-host of the Singles Diaries on WGBB Radio, where she and her co-host explore modern relationships, situationships, dating, and the emotional dynamics that shape human connection. Blending intuition with honest conversation, Laurie brings a unique perspective to discussions about love, communication, and the complexities of relationships. For more than a decade, Laurie has worked with clients through private readings and couples intuitive guidance sessions, helping individuals and partners gain clarity, improve communication, and better understand the patterns that influence their relationships. She's the founder of Edify Your Soul and Edify Your Soul magazine, and has taught classes on intuition, spirit communication, and personal growth. Laurie has presented and taught at Lilydale Assembly, the world's largest center for the religion of spiritualism, and has worked with organizations such as the National Alliance on Mental Illness and COPE Foundation, offering programs focused on healing, mindfulness, and connection. In addition to her intuitive work and media appearances, Laurie also works creatively with entrepreneurs and spiritual professionals, designing websites like Jennifer Rose's, yay, graphics and digital media that help bring their work and messages to life. Through her media work, teaching creative projects, and intuitive practice, Laurie's focus is simple: helping people better understand themselves, their relationships, and the deeper connections that shape their lives. You can find Laurie on edifyyoursoul.com, on Facebook at Edify Your Soul, and Mediumship Matters is her group. and on Instagram at Edify Your Soul. Now that's just a snapshot.
Wow. Wow. Laurie, you have a lot going on, my friend. That's a very, very extensive, impressive bio that you have.
Thank you.
That's
I have
incredible.
a lot to do while I'm here. That's what I say.
You do have a lot to do. So if you don't mind me asking, this is a great example of, many times we all have so much going on. So Laurie, if I can ask you, how do you find the time? How do you balance everything that you have going on? How do you organize your day? How do you make it all happen?
I don't organize anything. It's just a chaotic mess. The more unorganized I am in my daily life, like everyday life chores, the more unorganized I am there, the better I am as a medium. So my friends know that now. Anyone that comes over that, gets a reading, they're like, I want a reading when your house is a mess, when things are not organized. I think only one part of my brain works at a time.
And you live on little sleep, so that's also how you manage to cram all of that in.
I
too.
do. I don't sleep a lot, just a couple hours a day. So.
Wow.
And
it sounds like your body's used to it.
Yeah. I think I sleep on demand.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
It's fun.
Wow. Well, how about you, Jennifer? How do you balance everything that you have going on?
I have to put everything in my phone or I won't remember it too. But I'm never caught up. And so I just have to be okay with that. And I just try my best to leave a little bit of time for me, a little bit of time for family. But me, I work 7 days a week. So I'm always working. Good thing is I love what I do. So I always joke around God's a slave driver, but hey, that's okay. At least I enjoy what I do.
I think that's really important too. I think that's so important too, because I think that, with all of our busy schedules and, audience, feel free to chime in. Like, what do you do to help, balance and keep track of everything? Because I think the key is, we're all going to have things that we have to do that are maybe not as appealing as others. But I know, like for me, what keeps me going is the things that I do look forward to, the things that I'm very passionate about. And I think it just kind of makes it all worth it. And you find a way, like Jennifer said, to balance it all and make time for yourself. Because I think the minute that we don't make time to just have that pause and take that breath, our body's going to feel that. So it's super important to be mindful, to listen to what your body's saying, because it is. We all have very busy lives, and sometimes it's hard to juggle it all.
Very true. Yeah, I have to do tons of self-care, so I have the energy. That's the only way. I have to take care of my body. Yes, please.
I think we put unrealistic expectations on ourselves, and people think we need to do so much. I always I tell clients, if you're really being tough on yourself and you're not finding enough time, have a couple lists. One list of things you have to do no matter what in a day. So if you have a family, everyone needs to be fed, everyone needs clean clothes, like the have-tos. And if that's all you get to that day, it's okay. And then have like a B list of things you would like to do. And I remind people, the world's not going to stop if you don't get to everything. If something isn't dusted or something isn't clean, we're all going to be okay. So that's how I like to, advise people to just take some of the pressure off.
Yeah.
I like that. You're right. Sometimes we do have unrealistic expectations, and we feel like if we didn't get through all 10 of those things, that we failed in some way.
Yeah. Have you ladies heard of my clutter club?
Yes.
No, I have not.
I started a clutter club.
I have no clutter. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I haven't attended yet.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, it's totally free. I post it on my page. People just come on. We sit for like an hour, grab a pile of papers or like clothes to go through, and we just chat and go through stuff. It's awesome.
I
My
like
mom's
that.
been going
What a
through all her
great
old
twist.
mail. Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. So you're having like a chat with other friends while you're working on. Ooh, I think I might join you on that one.
Yeah.
That sounds
The other
fabulous.
day, my mom pulled out a picture of me and boyfriend when I was like 18. She was going through all the old stuff. So it was kind of funny.
That's
Yeah.
I love that too. Jennifer was saying her son and coffee keep her going.
Yes.
Oh, God bless coffee.
Yes. I do remember those days, Jennifer McCormick, when my son was little and he kind of was the star of the show and dictated what my day was going to look like and how fast I had to run that day. So, yes, I can completely understand that. That's lots of coffee. Yes.
Yeah, Lynn is saying she judges herself,
Well, we live in a culture that's based on achievement and productivity. That is American culture here. So, I mean, we're ingrained with it from the time we're little. You're basically you're a loser if you don't accomplish everything, and then some. That's kind of what this culture teaches you. The beautiful thing about mediumship might be a nice segue, is it kind of heals a lot of that, because we learned that we have to like let go and let spirit help, right? And we have to learn to be okay if we get a no while we're practicing a reading, and that the world isn't going to end if we didn't do something perfectly, because it's like when you're first practicing your mediumship, you get a lot of no's and it hurts your feelings at first, and then you learn to be okay with it, like you're still a good person even if you didn't do something perfectly. And so that is the beauty of mediumship, is it kind of heals our achievement wound.
Yeah,
I don't know who to credit, but there's someone that said no one on their deathbed has ever said they wish they spent more time in the office or, doing things that they didn't enjoy. We're lucky that we do things we enjoy. So try to fill your time with that. Do something that makes you smile.
I think I know who said that. It was don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And I think he was the one who said your inbox will always be full. Even when you die, your inbox will be full. Yeah. I'm sure a few others have said something similar.
And I've never had spirit say, I wish I did more laundry, or wish I did those dishes,
That's true.
Yeah.
And so what does spirit say they wish, Laurie?
More love. It's all about love, having fun. Create memories, and just give yourself some grace.
Spending time with the people we care about, spending time with ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being okay with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
wish I had loved more. I wish I had maybe said I was sorry. I wish I had spent more time with people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking that risk. Something I want to do.
I think you should come to my clutter club. I can't seem to throw anything away. That's funny.
Jennifer. Oh, I do.
It's hard to throw away kids stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
It's really hard to throw away kids stuff when you're.
It took me a long. My son's 22. Jennifer, it took me a long time. Still, I have a ton of it. I actually didn't even throw away. I don't know about you ladies, but I actually didn't even get rid of his crib until he was, I think, 19. Like I couldn't part with it. I only had one baby, and I didn't want to let it go. And it was, and I cried when I got rid of it.
It's really hard. I've had a really hard time letting go of children's books, children's clothes, children's toys. It's really, really hard. Yeah. Hooray for being grounded. Yes, you're right, Vivian. That's everything. It means you're in your body and you can actually get stuff done. When we're off in Never Never Land, where it's really fun to be a spiritual folk, but you never get anything done because you're having so much fun being Alice.
Courtney says, I keep it all. They can decide to throw it away one day. Yeah, that was my philosophy too, but then I ran out of space.
Yeah, it gets to be too much. Yeah. especially if you like buying stuff. So if you like shopping, it gets to be too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I also really like that the world is, we're supposed to be busy, busy, busy. And if we feel like it's too quiet, we feel like we're doing something wrong. And, you know, even when we have downtime, when we're not feeling good, and, you know, I experience this where I'm thinking of all the things that I should be doing, but really, should I be doing them or should I be resting? And I think that is a very difficult thing that we do to ourselves. Right?
Yeah. It's very true. A lot of times when you give yourself time to rest, then you have more energy to do stuff. And it's really hard to remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, she has her son's baby dress for still 32.
I know.
I love that for you, Marie.
Me too.
That's sweet.
Mine was the changing table with the dresser. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone mentioned something about getting rid of stuff and regretting it when her son passed. If I could just chime in with that, it's Joy. First, I'm so sorry for your loss, but it's easier to say, you know, but spirit truly doesn't hold on to any of those things. It's all about love. The material things aren't important, and I promise you, your son doesn't think about that. And what's left is what's in your heart, not what's, you know, in those material things that you could have saved. And I understand you want something to hold, but when you're having those thoughts and you're regretting getting rid of some of those things, hold your heart. Just ask for signs, talk to him. And when you need the most, he will be there.
Yeah, that's tough. That's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Much love to you, Joy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, Laurie.
Oh,
Hi, Heidi.
Proud.
Hi, Jess. All of our friends are here. Thank you all for being here, ladies. You collect a lot of things when you have children or pets. That's very true. And Joy does cherish the things she did keep. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people have like created like different pieces of clothing and made like blankets with them. Like those are all really great ideas. So beautiful to be able to hold on to memories like that.
Mm-hmm.
I found one little trick is taking pictures of things, because if you run out of space, you can take pictures of things and then you have it too. So like, you know, like artwork can really pile up when we have kids who are doing lots of projects throughout the grades. And next thing you know, you've got big tubs full of construction paper and macaroni noodles and things like that.
Yeah.
But you can take pictures of them, and they get faded and fall apart anyways, but you can take pictures of them. You could even make a little book out of them too. You know, and so like there's ways. And so I found out with my kids when they had a hard time throwing something away, well, what if we take a bunch of pictures of it? Then their mind can wrap around letting it go, you know. So if it's like a little Christmas gingerbread house, we make sure we take a picture from every angle, top, bottom, side.
Especially when you have multiple kids, right?
Every piece of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have had a lot of tubs going on. We have multiple.
I have no idea. Well, I had obsession with children's clothes, especially Gymboree, which, as if anyone knows, Gymboree back in the day had matching everything.
Yes.
So when you had a certain clothing line came out, let's say it was cherries, right? You know, it's like you'd have multiple outfits with cherries on it, with the glasses, the baubles, the hat, the hair clips, the shoes, the sunglasses. I mean, you know, and so I had a little issue. And then I loved the, you know, toys. I would make sure I would get like the good, like German construction chucks, because they were so cool and they were made so well. And then I wanted like the Melissa and Doug wooden toys, you know, because they were painted with healthy paint and not toxic paint and things like that. So I was very into that. So those were the days, not anymore. Now I like to buy fashion clothes like Nancy and Laurie. That's my new collection.
I did love Gymboree too. And then they had the mommy and me classes in there.
Yeah, I did all that. That was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of
Courtney,
fun.
Oshkosh Bigosh. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember.
Are
Yeah,
they still
it was so
around? I'm
fun.
sure they are. Maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
they're
Vivian's got Jamboree. Yeah, too. So I was like, oh,
beautiful.
good memories. Yep, matching everything from head to toe.
So would that be called the art of letting go? That fall under that, you think, ladies? So, that
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be kind of a broad range of, releasing, embracing new experiences, letting some things go. I mean, when we think of even the grieving process and losing our loved ones, oftentimes we have a really hard time letting their things go. And kind of a little bit like you talked about, Laurie, that's not the things that, they care about, that you hold on to them. And,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we get a sense of guilt if we let things go. I know when my mom passed, it took us over, 6, 12 months to do that. Um,
Right.
and it's also not easy to do either, going through it all. Um, I always say that the Salvation Army was just going to get a fabulous. My mom would sew rhinestones on everything. Like
Uh,
that Salvation Army was just going to hit the charts in the fashion area when people came into that store after we unloaded so much clothing there.
I love that.
mhm.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
made it
Yeah.
I
kind of
love
fun.
that.
We made it fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And, Maria's saying it's still hard to let go. I think we put these rules on ourselves. We think we're following these rules, and who made them? There really aren't any. Do what makes you feel okay. People will,
Yeah.
might jump in and say, "Oh, you should have, let it go by now." Some people clean out, the day after because that's what makes them feel better, and others hold on to it forever. If you're not hurting someone, again, go back to that
Yeah.
list of basics. If you're taking care of the basics, if everyone's okay, if you're putting a smile on your face, so save it. That's what makes you feel good. But if you do, want to move on and do those things, just know that spirit doesn't judge.
That's
We
true.
we the people do. I mean,
Yeah,
I can just
absolutely. They want us to do whatever we can do to put a smile on our face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always like Marie Kondo. Is that what it was? She had that series on Netflix, and she would be like, "You hold it up, and does it spark a little joy?
Yeah.
Yes, you keep it. Does it? Do you just go, then you let it go? So it helps you to like make good decisions too. And I think, and Kelly could probably chime in on this too. Is like there's certain energies that make it easier to clean, and when that energy comes in play because the planets are in the right alignment, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel like I want to clean. I feel like I can let
Hmm.
stuff go. And you have like a few day window. And that's when you got to use it because it'll be gone after that too.
Right. I keep a pile that if I think I want to get rid of something, I put it in this pile and I give it like a couple months. And if I haven't looked for it, then I'll donate it. But
I like
sometimes I
that.
go look for it,
Mm-hmm. Well, there's Murphy's Law. When you finally get rid of it, and then the next day you're like, I need it now. Now I got to go
Yes,
buy a new one. I
exactly.
mean,
I
that
know.
is such a thing. It's like,
It's true.
thank you, Vivian. Yes, Marie Kondo. That is such a thing. You finally let it go, and then you wish you had it the next day. And that's just like
I know.
that's
I've
the
done that.
boomerang. That's the
Mhm.
boomerang. It goes in both ways. It goes in your favor and not in your favor.
Courtney says, I was going to say spirit may let you know when and where to go with it. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I've gotten those messages too. Like, hold on to the things that, maybe are close to your heart that you feel drawn to. Let the rest go. Again, it's a personal connection that you have, and you can decide what feels right and what you're willing to let go of.
And we can't take it with us.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now that's interesting because I had heard a reading one time that somebody's favorite chair he was enjoying on the other side in spirit. So maybe we can.
I think in spirit we can create whatever we want.
True, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no U-Haul truck. You're just going to have to create it out of nothing.
Exactly.
That's funny, Nancy.
Ryan, let's go. Come on.
Ryan says the artist curse. Throwing away and needing it, the artist curse. That's why I'm a hoarder.
Ryan, you need to come to my clutter club.
Yes.
Oh, this is a hard one when your partner's passed.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really hard one.
Yeah, I still can't throw anything of my partner's out either. He always said, bury me in my fishing gear. The morning he went out, he had his favorite fishing outfit on underneath his work clothes, something he wouldn't usually do. I couldn't bury him in the same things he passed in, so I bought the same outfit, including his cap, prized possession, buried him in the new and still have the wrapped unwashed. Oh, Jennifer, I love that.
Wow. Love to you, Jennifer.
Yeah, wow.
If that's what makes you feel okay, then do it. If not, just know that spirit does not judge us. They are okay.
Yeah.
As long as we're happy.
Exactly. My sister lost her husband a couple of years back. And Jennifer, she also had a really hard time letting his stuff go. It's like every time, and they worked together, they had their own business. So every time she would go to the closet, all of his dress shoes were lined up, all of his clothes were there. And she had asked one of her kids, she has 4 kids, and one was okay, like going in there and doing it. And she said, if you wouldn't mind, can you just do it when I'm not home? Just take out a little bit slowly. And eventually she started embracing, and she did somewhat remodel the closet. Like she tried to find like some joy in the whole process of it, but very hard for her, extremely hard. Yeah. Which is understandable. That's very hard.
Vivian is saying they donated all their towels and then their house got flooded the next day in a storm. Yeah. I was just talking about this yesterday. It's the boomerang effect, or you can call it the reflex, like the Duran Duran song, the reflex is a lonely. And it's like, it can go in your favor or it can go against you, but the boomerang exists. It's just the universal absurdity.
Would that fall under a catch-22 too, or no?
Yeah, Murphy's Law, all this kind of stuff. It's just like things come around. And that's why, so if you see things you don't like in the world, or you see people doing bad things in the world, it's like, trust me, the boomerang effect or the reflex, whatever you want to call it, karma, it will find its way back. So you can just take a breath and relax, and it's like, it will find all of us one way or another, but good things can happen too. You can be having everything going wrong at once, and then all of a sudden the light comes out and this beautiful thing happens for you. And you're like, oh, thank you, God.
Mm-hmm. So, Miss Laurie, if we can ask just a couple of questions.
Sure.
Can you maybe share with us maybe your spiritual awakening? Like, what did your journey look like? How did you start your path with, mediumship?
It really wasn't a journey. It was like a crash. It was like a crashed into it. I went to school for exercise physiology, used to run a cardiac rehab center, coach gymnastics, like soccer mom, and I kind of believed in this stuff, was a little bit of a skeptic, but it all happened for me after a brain injury. So I had a near-death experience, and as I was recovering, I started to know things that others didn't know. I didn't know what was going on, but it was, I just crashed right into it, and it was like the only thing that made sense to me. So I've been doing that ever since. It's been about 11 years, or so. And it taught me a lot. Boy, I think I needed to nearly die to appreciate how much I wanted to be alive.
Wow.
And that's why I say I have a lot to do. It's just, it put things so into perspective for me. We get so stressed about our schedule and the things we have to do. And what do I need to do? How do I need to look? And my life came to a screeching halt when that happened. I didn't drive for 2 years. Couldn't even cook for myself for 2 years without, forgetting the stove on. So I literally hung up my keys, had people helping me, do everything. I had little kids. And not to say we're not all important, we are, but we go through life thinking if we don't do something, if we don't make that deadline, if we don't finish something, that the world's going to end. And you know what? The world kept spinning and I stopped and everything kept going. And then I got to find out what role I wanted to play in that world again when I got back to it. But I promise you, if you need a break and you take it, it's going to be okay. The world will still be here when you could come back. Take care of yourself. And I think the near-death experience, I think we all experience what we need to make the world okay, and I got to experience the peace and the love that waits for us. I got to see this big, bright, beautiful light. It was the most amazing thing I could ever describe. The love that I felt was something that I didn't even know was possible. And it just puts things into perspective. And I say there aren't really many emergencies unless someone's actively dying or someone's on fire. People stress out. I just don't panic anymore. It's almost like I don't have it in me. I don't understand it. When people panic or stress out about certain things, it's just not something I really truly grasp anymore.
Yeah.
So we have to all do the best we can. We have to support ourselves. What allowed you to come back? Oh, that's a really good question. Will?
Yeah.
But like I said, it gave me a completely different perspective on life. I look at things differently.
Wow.
So that's kind of my story.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, not that we all want to go near or have to go through a near death experience, but your words are really important for the rest of us to hear that hasn't happened to us, because you're right. Yeah. In the grand scheme of it all, like, do all those little things really matter? Even the bigger things, some of them, do they really even matter?
Yeah. Not, I guess not too much. When you experience something like that and you realize how much you need people's help, it's very grounding. But I was in the neuro ICU for over a month, and that's when I truly learned gratitude. Physically I was fine. So I used to walk laps around the unit, and it was connected to like other units. So I just walked and walked and walked. I had nothing else to do. And I saw everybody hooked up to these machines. And I said, most of these people will never make it out of here. And that's when I learned gratitude. I was just so grateful for everything. And people talk about luck and not having luck and, why did this happen or that happen? And I said, well, if you're alive, it's still a positive experience. We're still here. But I live life knowing that the ending is going to be okay. And I always say it's like watching a movie when you're wondering if the couple's going to end up together, or are they going to live, or is the dog going to live? There's so much anxiety involved in that. But if you watch the movie again and you know there's going to be a happy ending, you're just like, all right, I can enjoy it. And that's kind of how I'm living life.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a happy ending. If you're stressed, if you're having difficulty, it means you're still in the game. This is, people talk about the game of life. So if everything was fine and we didn't have anything to worry about or stress about, there would be no need to be here anymore. So if things are coming your way, you're finding it difficult, it means you're still here. You still have a foot in. So make the best of it. What else are we going to do? What else have we got to do? Have fun,
Yeah. Live. Truly live.
Live.
Love
And
hard.
show compassion to others. You never know what someone else is going through, ever.
Yeah. Yep.
And, people's reactions, we don't always understand them. It's so easy to judge. But just show compassion, because you truly never know. And the way you treat someone could mean the difference between life and death. There's so much bullying going on and pressure and all of that stuff. And we think someone's acting funny, so we treat them a certain way.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
And I think being psychic truly taught me about acceptance and not judging people. I don't think I was one to really judge much at all, but when you practice your abilities to connect to someone else, you literally know what it's like to be them. So you might not agree or approve of what they're doing, but you understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's taught me a lot. It grounded me.
Very beautiful, Laurie.
Yeah, it is quite beautiful. Laurie, I kind of learned through my journey that, we do have a tendency to want to, maybe judge the way someone's living. And I kind of look at it this way, this is the path they're on, and I know I've heard you say this before, Laurie, like meet them where they are. And how do we know that that's not the path that they're supposed to be on? Like, who are we to judge that?
Right.
Why are you with this person? Or why are you doing this? Or why are you doing that? Like, that might be part of what they're learning and growing. And that's up to that person, how they want to live their life.
Absolutely. And, they might need support.
Yeah, exactly.
And on the other hand, protect yourself along the way.
Right. Yeah, I mean that, and I'm thankful that the lessons that I have learned, at least they finally came to where I understood them. So, better late than never, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, absolutely.
It's important.
And we are the most qualified person to find our own happiness. No one else can really do that for us.
That's right. Yep. It's like telling your teenage daughter, don't date that person, don't do this, don't do that. Like,
yeah,
they don't think that they know we're old, we're older, but they don't take it as our wisdom is going to help prevent. Like, that's their path that they're on. Like, we want to protect them, but at the same time, they want to experience it through their eyes, through their hearts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and stop comparing yourself to others.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's a biggie.
Oh, yeah. That is a big one. We're each our own unique selves. I mean, no matter what you do, whatever your path is in life, whatever your career is, we're always looking over our shoulder like, I wish I could do it like this person. Why can't I be like this person? Why would we want to? Like, we're uniquely ourselves. And the more that you can embrace and love that, the better off you're going to be. It's
Absolutely.
important. All quirky parts of us, even the things that we don't like. Start liking them. Damn it.
I do. I like all my quirky parts.
Yeah.
It took me a little while.
I love my weirdness.
We love your weirdness too.
Yes,
but we don't
you.
see it as weird because we're all equally weird.
I know, right? I remember around the holidays, I was looking around my house. I was looking at my decorations, and everything was like a little bit me. You know, I got my mermaids, I got my fairies, I got, you know, my ghosties and my dogs and all these little things that are all me. And I'm like, I sure love being me. This is so much fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, Amanda. Hello, everyone who's joined us, by the way. Thank you all for popping in and being here with us and sharing this space. It's kind of beautiful tonight. It's quiet and beautiful and loving, and
I'm enjoying the questions.
It's really nice. Okay, I got a question for you, Laurie.
Yeah, go
What's
ahead.
your favorite song, or what's your favorite kind of music? It's way deep. It's a very deep question, but you never know where we're going to go with this.
Well, my favorite would have to be "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" by Iz, the Hawaiian version.
That's a
there
good
we
one.
go. Beautiful. Somewhere over the rainbow. Have you heard the one by Catherine McVie? She was on American Idol way back. She sings a beautiful "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." Absolutely gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah. I'll send it to you. It's a really beautiful version. But
yeah, and I listen to
Over
Enya
the
a
Rainbow. Caribbean Blue.
Who do you listen to, Laurie?
Enya.
Who did you say, Laurie? Oh,
Enya.
yeah. I like her too. Yeah. I think my passion still, like, the 80s will always be my passion because it's so nostalgic for, you know, the time. Some of it painful, right? But sometimes sometimes the pain of it feels good. Because you're not.
Laura's younger than us, so she's probably not an 80s girl. She's a little younger than us, it seems.
A little bit.
We're Duranis. We are like Duranis all the way.
Oh, yeah. Flock of seagulls. Oh, yeah.
Oh, love it. Oh, my God. Love.
But my favorite one, like right now, is "Ordinary." Have you heard that one?
Who sings that?
Who sings that? "Ordinary."
The angels up in the clouds.
Yeah.
Jealous
that
one.
That is a cool
I like
song.
that one.
Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful one.
Yeah,
it's very soulmate-ish.
Jennifer, you must have been some kind of a musician in previous. Like you are, you name something, she can sing the whole like.
I've always been that way since I was a kid. I've always been able to like catch, that's sing bars of songs and just do it like at the top of my head. When I was little, I could do that too. I can still do it. I got a song for everything.
You really retain. That's amazing.
Yeah, I have good long-term memory. Not necessarily short-term memory, but long-term memory. Yeah. So yeah, I've always had that knack with music, and people would say the same thing as you, Nancy, even when I was like a teenager. So,
I love
that. Thank you, Kim Princess. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God,
I think "Ordinary" is Alex Warren or something like that. If I remember, I'm not sure if I've got that right.
Think so. I think that's right.
Well, of the ordinary.
Vivian knows all of the songs. She's introduced songs to me that I put in my playlist as favorites that I'd never really heard before. Like different artists, different spins of the song, like that have a totally different sound to them that I've grown to love.
That makes me so happy. Yeah. I love finding covers of songs that are already popular, and then you find a cover of it and what someone's done differently to it. They've like stripped it down, or they've changed the melody just a little bit, but it's like, it's so cool what people can do, the creativity in people's minds, with music, and art and poetry and all that. I just love it. I'm just amazed by it too. So like, that's not my thing. Like I can't do that with music, but I admire it so greatly. So I like to sort of collect it, I guess. I can collect what I admire in my mind.
I would love to put out the intention, maybe in another lifetime, I would love to be a singer. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful craft, just a beautiful art.
I think I was a dancer in a past life, like a ballerina dancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
I think I was a Russian dancer. So many renditions of Hallelujah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So lastly, I want to kind of tie, everything that you've shared with us, Laurie, which has been so beautiful and such helpful advice to all of us. So I feel like it falls under the, and this might be a little too heavy to say, but I feel like living with intention, like going out of our way to not let the little things bother us, to not get, tripped up on the things that we haven't done or the things that we want to do, and living with intention. Would you agree that there is some thought that has to be put into, letting things go and being able to live a little bit more carefree is an intention, right?
Yeah, I like to say live your life on purpose.
Love it.
Yeah. And I think when you realize that, all of the noise of everybody else's judgment and comments kind of falls away. When you've been stripped of everything, and I want to say I started back from nothing. I was to the point where I needed help with everything and raising my kids and all of that stuff. And when you've like physically, I can't say I've had nothing because I had love. And I think that was the only thing that, kept me going. But when you can't work, when you can't, get a paycheck, and when you don't have that bank account and all of those things, when you're just stripped down to nothing, it's kind of beautiful because you get to create it exactly how you like it. And that's what I've been doing. I mean, I haven't gotten it right. I'm still working on it, but it means I'm still in the game, right?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
encouraging. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to look at it. Build it back up the way you want it. Build it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can do
Taller,
that.
bigger, shinier,
Yeah.
more sparkles.
And live your life on purpose. Like you
Live your life on purpose.
To do this.
If only we didn't have to lose so much to get to that realization. It's like we have to go through a kind of like hell, like walk through all of these fires, and then finally you come out and then you realize, what's important. And just if only it didn't have to be quite that dramatic. My goodness.
I
know.
I always like to say that, the blinders don't come off for everyone. Some people live their whole entire lives in this tunnel and not really understanding the bigger picture of it all. So I can say that, I feel really blessed that I feel like, my blinders are at least, on my head, they're not still here. They're at least sitting on my head, like a pair of sunglasses where I can see better. I can see clearly now that the sun is, how's the song go?
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Yeah. So we're fortunate if we are at least at that point, right? That we can, like, the blinders have come off. We can
Absolutely.
we can see the bigger picture, the bigger beauty around us.
Sure. And, just don't let others bring you down along the way. If they're bringing you down, they just don't understand. I feel like I've had a lot of clients recently that, even as adults are being bullied in some way, judged, they're going through tough times. And if someone judges you, I think it's just that they're afraid, probably. They're afraid that they'll go through it, or maybe they're going through the same thing.
They're in their protection.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fear,
That's
protection.
true. Yeah.
Fear.
There's a good way to I remember in high school, I went up and I asked this, cute football player to sign my yearbook. He was a senior, so I was a sophomore or something like that, but he was nice. So he was safe to approach. And he wrote in my yearbook, Happy New Year. Don't let the assholes get you down. And I just never forgot it. It was the best thing that someone could write in your yearbook. And it was really great. And another thing I've shared with other people when they're feeling like judged by others, and just remember, and I'm going to say this as cleanly as possible, but everybody's human. That means they all use the toilet. They're all going to throw up when they eat something bad. They're all going to, you know what I mean? So it just puts it in perspective when we're comparing ourselves to others, or when someone is judging us, or when someone is being mean to us. It's like, they're still human beings too. And they're going to have a day where nothing's going to go right and things like that. You know what I mean? And trust the boomerang happens for everybody. The universe finds a way to humble us all. And sometimes it's good to be humble. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. And so when you remember, it's like everybody else is human, and then we stop putting them on pedestals, then it just levels the playing field. And then you can take your place on the playing field. No one is less than anybody else. Yeah.
I like that.
I tried to say that as clean as possible.
I like that.
See, I filtered Kelly. Kelly said I have no filter. I filtered. We were not filtering backstage.
We were not filtering.
We're like, if we were live, oh my. So, okay.
If y'all only knew before the camera started rolling what goes on with the Spice Girls.
We get to be a little bit like high school girl, college girls. But you got to have fun in life. If you can't enjoy your life, if you can't have fun, if you can't be silly,
that's the beauty of friendship.
Why the F do we take everything so seriously all the time? You got to play and have fun, and it raises the vibe.
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask the host. What makes you happy?
Kelly.
Let's have a no filter day.
I don't think
we have a filter on stage. See, I can do it, Kelly. All right. So what was your question again, Laurie?
Question. What makes you happy?
You go first, Nancy.
This is similar to when we did a show not too long ago, and Jennifer, you asked us to name 3 things that we loved about ourselves. And I said to you, that used to be a hard question for me to answer, and I really had to ponder over why I couldn't answer that. And I was able to answer that finally. So what makes me happy? Truly, I think the people that that surround me, my friends. I'm, like I said, the blinders have come off. I don't try to harbor on all of the bad experiences that I have. It's times when I'm hurting, or I don't feel good, or I just need someone to hold the bucket, and I need to be able to share what I'm experiencing with no judgment. That all makes me happy. My family, my friends that I love dearly, the community that we get to share these kind of conversations with, on all of the Sacred Spiral Network shows. We have such a supportive community. That hands down, I guess, this is the latter part of my life. That is what truly makes me happy, and helping others.
And I want to keep going. What's something simple you can't live without?
Oh gosh, Laurie, really?
What can't you live without?
God, there's just one thing.
Yeah.
Well, makeup and clothes, but
yeah,
makeup and clothes. All right. How about you? How about you, Jennifer?
I know, it's like lipstick. Well, I mean, Kelly.
Oh, on the shelf. You can't live without Elf on the Shelf. Or Elf on the Shelf makes you happy.
There's a backstory to that, and we won't tell.
I know. I'm just keeping it clean. I'm just saying Elf on the Shelf.
Oh my God. What makes me happy? Well, similar to what you said, loving and being loved, the love shared, whether it's family or friends, community, and, the interaction. And there's just so much of it around us. And we're so incredibly blessed. I'm just reminded how blessed I am all the time. I love being creative. I love my independent autonomy. Like, I love knowing who the F I am, and just being me. And it's taken a lot of progress to get there, and I still have more progress to go, but I love how that feels. And I love being a psychic medium because it's so magical. I love being connected to spirit and having two worlds exist together, and not just one, but both. Because our lives are pretty magical. What we do, we're all the time, the things, the signs of synchronicities, like that one I just had with Colin the other day. Like, oh my God, we're talking about ether, like the etheric, plane, not the ether that puts you to sleep, but the ether that holds the energy together, right? And we're talking about Nikola Tesla and all this stuff like that. I have to get off the call because I have to go work out. And I'm in the car, and there's a car that says Ether 17, and it's a Tesla. Wow. And I was like, wow, that's a good one. That was a really good one. And 17 adds up to 8, which is infinity, right? And that was a really good one. So the magic, I love the magic. Magic makes me happy. Magic makes me really happy. We are all creating magic together. So
yes.
That was a great question, Laurie. How
was
about
a great
you?
question.
How about
you? You should have a show, Laurie.
I know.
Maybe. What makes me
saying.
happy? Love.
Love
makes me happy.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But you know what I can't live without? And I'm having to live without it. Red lifesavers.
Are they gone now?
Did you know I had a post about this. Did you see my post? I asked if anyone eats the green lifesavers. Does anyone eat the green lifesavers?
I don't like the green ones. I don't like the way they taste.
Well, the red ones, I bought bags of them at a time. It's my addiction.
Wow.
And those are what make me happy, and I can't find them.
Did they stop making lifesavers, period?
I don't know. I'm going to put a plea out there to the world. Does anyone know what happened?
I mean, if Amazon doesn't have
lifesavers, no.
I thought you were making a joke about the green lifesavers, because when we were teenagers, we always had the joke, like if you like the green ones, it
what did that mean?
The green Skittles, the green M&Ms.
I don't know what that means.
They made you horny.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy.
Jennifer. Nancy.
That's what we all said when we were teenagers.
Hear such things.
And so when you put that post out, I was like, is she joking? Like, is she going there?
I meant it.
I couldn't tell.
I meant it.
I couldn't live without coffee. I don't think I could live without coffee.
I could live without coffee.
Green M&Ms. Yes. I have a very fond memory of lifesavers, Laurie. So when I was really little, we would go to church every Sunday in the Catholic Church, and my dad never wanted to go, but we had to go as a family. And me and my dad would sit in the back, and I was the baby of 4 girls, and we would just sit there and eat lifesavers in the back pew.
Oh, that's so fun!
That's a great
we have
memory.
a whole show about lifesavers.
Nice.
Yeah. M&Ms were great too. You can take your kid in a stroller and just put M&Ms in the little cup and give them a little toy car. You got 2 hours.
Could be something else. Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah,
but not the peanut ones if they were too little, because they could choke.
No peanuts, just regular ones. Magic is life. Thank you, Brian.
I like the ones with the nuts, very much so.
Magic is life. Yeah. I was knee deep in a spiritual awakening, tranced out of my mind back during COVID. And I remember spirit coming to say, like, what do you want to do, Jennifer? What is it you want to create? And I just said, magic. And they said, okay.
Oh.
magic. And I didn't know, it wasn't all me that was saying that. It was the essence of me that was saying that. So I remember that very distinctly. It was a crazy time.
Yeah, I know. We could have a
Aphrodisiac.
show about that. Crazy stories during COVID, spiritual
Yeah,
stories.
that's a great idea, Laurie. There was a lot of spiritual awakenings. There was a lot of crazy time during COVID too. But yeah, the universe works in very strange ways.
I don't remember a whole lot because my work that I do, we were essential. So we were so busy. Like it was maddening, COVID, for me, because literally we're an HOA management company, and it was an essential company. And it was just, the interest rates were low in the escrow world. We were out of our mind busy. So I had some spiritual awakening.
Oh,
that was a very different reality. Yeah, if you were the one working, because everyone who was home, everyone who was home alone with their thoughts and no distractions.
Yeah.
So I knew it as soon as it started. I'm like, we're going to go into a massive dark night of the soul, a collective dark night of the soul. I knew it. That's exactly what happened.
That's when I had my shared death experience. That was wild. With someone.
Did you say shared?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So wait, there was more than one, Laurie?
No, I told the story on one of your shows, Jennifer, I think.
Yeah. When you were on Embracing Infinity. Yeah.
Half dreaming, half sleeping, awake. I don't know what I was. I was in bed, and I felt myself in the presence of someone else, and I was above his body with him. And I could almost feel him being shocked, and I knew that he left his body, and we communicated without words. There was just a knowing of us just sharing that space, and it was love. I didn't know him. He had no body, he had no voice, but we were together, and he was, I knew that he would be going on to someplace else. And I asked him who he was without words. And I just had the thought in my mind, when you wake up, put on Facebook and you'll see. And he went his way, and I woke up, and then I was in my human brain, and I thought, oh my God, So I turned on Facebook, and my friend's story was the first thing that came up, and it was rest in peace. He was talking about his coworker from the hospital who had passed, and they did a big thing, when they removed his body and everything. And people, the one person asked me, why do you think it was you? And I said, why not? Because we just I felt so connected to him, but I didn't know him. I don't know him.
Wow.
But we were there together, sharing that space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty magical.
Yeah. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That telepathic connection that you had, that's where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Collectively.
Yeah,
we're going to that telepathic connection, and there's no ego in telepathy, because you can just see everything about a person, so you can't hide anything with telepathy. But that's where we're going to go. We've been there before, but we're going to go there again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow. On another note,
sorry, I think someone took over my body for a second there. It's
wow. Vivian's talking about aphrodisiacs. I think she's talking about
that's from when we were talking about the green.
M&Ms.
Yeah, we went from green candy to the meaning of life.
Right. And COVID.
All in one show.
We don't do it any other way, right, Jennifer?
Yeah. Filter, no filter. It's all good.
So fun having you, Laurie.
Thank you. I always have fun with you ladies.
Are quite a plethora of information and talent and just such great, loving, beautiful advice. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
For your wealth of
I
knowledge.
appreciate you both. And
We
thank
love
you
you,
for
Laurie.
everyone listening.
Any last minute words you'd like to leave us with?
Send red lifesavers.
Send me and Jennifer the green ones.
Free readings for red lifesavers.
I think that's the best final words I've ever heard.
Final words.
Send red lifesavers.
And you're wearing red too. You were representing.
Yes.
Time.
I love it.
Last words.
You can't top that.
I don't know. Send red lifesavers. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got.
SOS.
It kind of says it all.
Yeah.
All right. My friends, really quick, one last announcement. We will be back in a month on Fashionably Spiritual, and I'm hosting 2 Embracing Infinities this week. One on Thursday for the April Astrology with Danny Santos at 4 p.m. Pacific, midnight in the UK. And on Friday, 1 hour later than usual, 1 p.m. Pacific, and 9 in the UK with Colin Walker. We're going to go cosmic again. So it's Cosmic Thursday and Friday. You don't want to miss it. So thank you for listening. And thank you to all of our friends here for supporting us and all your beautiful comments coming on here for Laurie and ourselves. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Thank you, Miss Laurie. What a beautiful time shared. And to our Kelly for always taking care of us in the background and keeping us safe and making everything run so smoothly. So couldn't do it without Miss Kelly. Welcome home, by the way, Kelly. So we missed you. Don't go away again.
I know.
Stop doing that.
Stay home.
I know. We like you home. Bye, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Love you all. Thank you for joining us. Love you. Love you.
Much love to everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.